That's for sure. I'm your host, as always, Tony, with my two co-hosts, Bizarre One Dave and Justin. How you guys doing tonight?
Phenomenal.
Doing great.
Excuse me. All right. Some stuff to talk about tonight. We have Raw, SmackDown. As the title says, Goldberg returned last night on Raw. We had a Intercontinental title match tonight on SmackDown Live. We have a pretty stacked show for SmackDown Live looking going on to next week. And so let's just touch a little bit on Raw because in my opinion, there was only a couple of good things on Raw and the rest of it was the same old crap. So let's go with Dave first. Dave, the three things that you did not like about Raw and the three things you did like about Raw.
I didn't mind the Strowman match. That was pretty. And Strowman Zayn was pretty good. It went on really long, too longer than I expected. They went all over the place. That was what made it so good. So I like that part of it. And I'm trying to think of something else. I did like the ending segment with the Kevin Owens show. That was kind of cool. I like how they did that. I mean, didn't really care for Jericho and Reigns because you already knew Reigns was going to win. But at least you hope he didn't with the stipulation. But, I mean, I know I said, but I was hoping he did win just because I'm afraid if he loses the U.S. title, that'd almost be a guarantee that he was going to be the champion, which would really suck. So hopefully, I guess you want him to lose the title because a lot of people think, we all do as well, that he's killing the U.S. title. I mean, he really is. I mean, he's a terrible champion. He never defends it half the time. When he does, I mean, he defends it, but I mean, he's just not helping the title. I don't know what it is about him. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what it is about Roman Reigns. That I thought the title maybe would be good when you won it, but man, he's just hurting the title. He's devaluing it. Look at SmackDown tonight. I haven't got there yet, but the IC title main evented SmackDown, and it's been great with the Miz. Miz is doing great, and I mean, it's just night and day compared the titles because one title is elevated to like the very highest it can be, and the other one is like it's low. I think the cruiserweight title is more prestigious than the U.S. title right now. I mean, it's just bad. I mean, in the cruiserweights, we always put on good matches. I mean, besides that, I mean, I think Raw was just. I mean, yes, they're setting up Gallows and Anderson versus the Club. Basically, I'm assuming for the Rumble, hopefully. But I just don't think they're going to win them. I just don't. And I think they've been there for almost a year, and I think the Club should be tag champions by now. And it's just pathetic the way they use the Club. They keep giving them all these title shots just to lose every single time. It devalues and kills their characters as tag team. But I guess I'll just go rambling on and let Justin go.
Excuse me. So that's all you liked was the
ending segment. I didn't care for the whole Nia Jax and Bayley segment. I thought was kind of like stupid. I hate how they played it up. Like Bayley's never beaten Nia Jax.
Right.
Which is false.
Yeah, I know. NXT she beat her, and it's like, I mean, it's crazy how they did that. I didn't like that part of it. It's like really they ignore it. And here's something else I just remember I didn't like is I hated Bayley's promo with Stephanie McMahon. I hated it because she looked like she was laughing through the whole thing, and it's like I want her to have like more passion and more fire, like about what she seems like she was trying to pull like a Daniel Bryan to Bayley. I thought she was going to say you're nothing but a B player for a minute.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I would like to see Bayley like show a little bit more. It's like she's too in awe. Like she was in awe of being there with Stephanie McMahon. It's like she was kind of like so happy to be where she was at. It's kind of like the first Bayley we saw on NXT, who was always like a super fan who was a wrestler. Kind of like that. I just didn't like Bayley's promo because she was too smiley in the promo.
She didn't look like she was taking it serious. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, she had no passion, no fire. I mean, nothing like we've seen from like guys like Brian and AJ. when they get degraded. You know how like when she degraded Brian that a couple years ago when he was going for his they were calling him B plus player and all that. Yeah,
Right.
it's kind of. I want to see her do something similar. I wonder though if they are. Could you guys eventually see this leading to something with Stephanie and Bailey?
Nah.
Nah, I think they're just doing the
I
same.
don't see. I think Stephanie McMahon was. I don't know if they would do it, but I think that would be interesting.
It was a nice little tease. I think that's all it was.
The Goldberg segment was really good with the Kevin. Like I said, really, the whole tease with Goldberg and Reigns. I mean, it made fans want to see it. Of course, you just see that. Like, okay, that's what you want to see. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I think the double spear on Braun was kind of predictable. It was coming. Like, you could see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, that was a good segment. It was entertaining. I didn't really care for anything else, though. Like, I'm still rambling on, but go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
Well, I didn't watch any of it because I was at the gym, but I did see a couple of things. Honestly, I do not like Bailey at all anymore. I think she's crap. I mean, she hasn't. I think she hasn't transitioned to the main roster at all. Well, her promos are stupid. They suck. I've just lost all interest in her. Honestly, I'd rather see someone maybe like Dana Brooke instead of her. Honestly, I think Carmella's done better than Bailey. I'd lost all interest in her
Okay.
right now. I think she's horrible.
I agree. I really do because her character has been bad.
Yes.
They quickly switched Carmella from face to heel really fast too, and they can't really do it Bailey because she's such a big role model to the young girls and women out there. So they can't really mess with.
She's just lost in the shuffle right now, and it sucks because she's good. This is just making me lose all interest in her, and that's hard for me to say. But I don't care about her character at all. And then the only thing I saw on YouTube was some of the Reigns and Jericho match where Jericho basically did the Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Right then and there, he should have won because that's how you win. And the ref didn't disqualify Reigns. And then he gets up and then does the damn his finishing move. He should have stayed on the ground. That's why I didn't understand that. That was stupid too.
Mm.
So I mean, I figured Raw was going to be crap, so I went to the gym instead. I didn't even see anything of it, just highlights.
I don't blame you. I thought the only thing I really cared for on Raw, was the last man standing match. That match was good. Was told a good story. And Braun is also impressing me more and more. I think Braun Strowman will be your champion pretty soon. I'm not sure if he's going to win, but I do think he's going to win the championship.
Which one?
He shows me that he can hang with the big guys and with the guys like Rollins Reigns, faces. I'm not naming heels, but guys like that. He can hang with them and on the mic, in the ring. He can hang with them. He reminds me of like a Diesel, like a Kevin Nash type of guy that he can handle his own in the ring and he can handle his own on the mic.
Big Cass could be that way too if he ever turned heel.
Right.
He went by himself.
Big Cass is another guy that could be good.
I think Braun has, which no one's going to get this because this is way too young of an audience. Sorry, but no one's going to get it. But I think Braun has more of like a similar to like Andre the Giant did feel because he just seems like this big immovable beast that no one can take down.
Right. And
the Diesel was more of like it wasn't really a big monster. He was just a big guy, a tall guy.
The way he moves in the ring is very Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Big boots, sidewalk slams, stuff like that. He's very athletic from a man that big. I don't
know. I think he has more of a mystique about him, kind of like Andre did, like just like wow.
I figure on that. And too bad, people are going to have to etch out of their memory of him getting embarrassed at WrestleMania by The Rock, but it's all right. But yeah, other than that, Raw was kind of sucky. It's like it's good to see the club into the tag team title picture. The end of Raw was good with Goldberg and Reigns spearing Braun Strowman. That was good. So we'll see where that leads on to the next coming weeks. It's a nice little tease for the Royal Rumble because you can see all these different type of matches or guys facing each other that you probably wouldn't ever see facing each other. So let's move to SmackDown tonight, where we had an IC title match and a contract signing. Excuse me, between AJ Styles and Cena. So we'll go with Justin first. Dislikes for SmackDown and likes for SmackDown for tonight.
Man, dislike is that we saw Corbin and Ziggler for the 1,000th time again. It was a good match. I'm just tired of seeing them.
Right.
So that's basically my only dislike. And I really like this whole storyline between The Miz and Dean Ambrose with Maurice and Renee Young getting involved. That's probably like the biggest storyline other than Cena and Styles right now. And I think it's going to be pretty crazy, pretty good. The contract signing was okay when Baron Corbin got involved with that. Another like, I guess, the tag team match was good. It was all right. I mean, at least Breezango got on TV.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a plus for them. This whole Carmella and Carmella deal is weird with freaking James Ellsworth. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Excuse me. It's definitely intriguing to see where they do lead with those two.
Mm-hmm.
Ellsworth going with his little Yoda stuff in the back.
It seems like she may be playing him, and then maybe
that's what it looks like.
Maybe he helps her win the title or something like that. Some sort of
That's crazy. We had 3 women's segments tonight.
Right. What else, Justin? What else did you like about SmackDown tonight? Anything else?
I mean, the whole show is basically pretty good. I mean, I like the whole show.
What do you think of the Nikki and Natalya stuff?
It's interesting. I mean, I don't like that she's being wasted with Natalya. That kind of sucks. But I mean, we'll see what happens. And then the only thing, I hate that The Miz lost, but I guess if he lost to someone, I'm glad it was Ambrose. I mean, I guess you could say, but I'm kind of upset that he lost.
I feel you. I don't think a lot of people probably wanted The Miz to lose, but I think in order for the feud to continue, you have to have Ambrose, unfortunately, win the belt.
As long as they don't play hot potato.
Yeah, hopefully not, but you're probably right. They're probably going to have a rematch, obviously, at Royal Rumble, and you may see The Miz win it back somehow. Maybe Renee Young or Maurice will be at ringside and something happens, but we'll see.
Justin, I know you probably with the Baron Corbin Ziggler, you said you're sick of the match. But what did you think of Ziggler actually turning heel now?
I mean, it's good for his character because he was extremely still. I mean, he wasn't going anywhere. This is the deal, and I like that he got into it with Apollo Crews, so I'm pretty happy about that. But he desperately needed this heel turn, big time.
Yeah, and I think with the heel turn also, to touch on it, I think this is more of Dolph Ziggler knowing that his time's kind of up. Mm-hmm. And I think this is going to be his way of getting guys over. And he's definitely – I bet you anything he's going to probably maybe be in a feud with Apollo Crews, a feud with maybe Kalisto. And I think he's going to be putting those guys over. So I think this is going to be his way of helping out the younger fellers on SmackDown, which I think is going to be a great thing because obviously Ziggler as a face was kind of just stuck in no man's land.
Yes.
He's feuded with Baron Corbin. He's feuded with The Miz. He's already feuded with AJ Styles. So, I mean, there's not much more he could feud with. So I think turning him heel was the smart move. Dave, 3 things you didn't like about SmackDown and 3 things you did like about SmackDown.
I'll touch on what we were just talking about with the whole Ziggler thing. I think this could actually – I don't think it's going to be him like saying, oh – I don't think he would sign a new contract and just say, oh, I'm going to come in and just put all these other guys over.
Well, see, the reason why I say that is because there was already rumors of him retiring. There's already rumors of him becoming a backstage guy. So that there's nothing more Ziggler can do. I mean,
he could reinvent himself, kind of. Not saying like Jericho, but being a heel again, which he was when he first started, which worked well for him, I think. And I think this could be a great sign. Hell, if they do keep Ambrose as champion, you could even put.
Yeah, but we've seen that already. Are you gonna want to see Ambrose and Ziggler again?
That's not what I was saying. Ambrose and Ziggler. I was saying you could take Miz and Ziggler, and you could actually put them together if you wanted to, as being similar to what Morrison and Miz were.
Yeah, if they
Kind of
went,
like,
I guess they could. But I just think this is more Ziggler reinventing himself, maybe as a heel. I think he'll do great work as a heel.
He needs it too.
I think this is gonna get more guys on TV, like Apollo Crews. Who the hell is he in a feud with, or who could you feud him with, right? He had a little quick feud with The Miz, and that was it. I think guys like Ziggler can help Crews, especially on the mic.
Yes.
That's the thing Crews is not very good at. Is on
but
the
I
mic.
think that's why that match tonight too. Kind of Ziggler's, like good guy match, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Mine like a little rivalry, just because it's like I think Raw killed the rivalry and made it so stupid and pointless. I think SmackDown would freaking probably make it really good and do something really well with it. But they're not going to go that route. I assume it'll be Kalisto and Ziggler next feuding. I assume because him first. Yeah, they could do something, I guess, with Hawkins and Ziggler if they do a tag team with like say Kalisto and Apollo versus them. You could do something similar to that, I guess.
Probably.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I enjoyed that match. I really did. I thought it was a great match, a great way to start the show. I mean, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, didn't they start with the talking segment?
I don't think so.
What?
Then,
The talking segment?
no, the talking segment starts there, or was it just that match?
No, the match started off.
Oh, okay. I thought there was something else. I don't know why.
No.
Yeah, I mean, that was good. I thought that match was good. And I don't really dislike anything about the show. I mean, I was worried, I guess, kind of. I wasn't sure what they were going to do. I didn't really care for that tag match they did. I mean, to me, it was I guess they just wanted to get the champions on there just to have the Wyatt family pop up. But I mean, I didn't really care for the match personally. It was one of those like 30-second or 2-minute matches that ends.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, I don't really care about it. I really enjoyed that contract signing with AJ and Tina. I mean, man, they both went. I think they're making this, to me anyway, this match even more hyped up and more interesting than Reigns and Owens for sure. I mean,
oh, definitely by far.
I'm gonna say I lost all respect for you now after you did that. You're gonna get this John Cena, a pissed off John Cena, and then AJ Styles. I mean, AJ Styles stuff was a lot of it was true. He made some great points, like we were talking about last week. Even like, why does John Cena get a title shot all of a sudden? I mean, he just comes back and gone 4 months, all of a sudden gets a title shot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brian, I mean, he did great. I'm basically answering why is because they want the biggest match. They want the biggest match.
Yep.
That'd be it, right? And I mean, that match is going to be good. It's probably going to be. I think. I don't want to predict the Rumble match right now, but I would think if you want to do it, I don't know. I mean, I hope Cena doesn't win it. I would think the smart thing to do for the Rumble would be have AJ keep it somehow, either cheating or getting disqualified or something like that. Because they already know they're going to have a match in February anyway, at a 2 or 3 falls or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'd do what I would do with it. I don't. Maybe they want him to win it at Texas, so it'll be bigger, but I don't know. It depends, I guess.
It's crazy how just mainly Raw superstars have gotten into the Rumble yet. Just one for Baron Corbin, one for SmackDown.
Yeah,
it's early still, but
SmackDown doesn't have a big roster either.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure SmackDown will be in it probably, basically.
But yeah, I'm sure next week we'll get some more people.
I wish Undertaker announces on Monday that he's going to be in the Rumble or something.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably one of the reasons why he may be on.
I wouldn't know why you want to see your SmackDown star just say it on SmackDown, but
yeah, that's weird.
I mean, yeah, I get why he's going to be there next week just because Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, I think they were the only two guys that were on the very first Monday Night Raw.
Well, that and there's rumors of them announcing that next year, WrestleMania 34 will be in New Orleans.
Which is
well, that's
that, but whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb. I was kind of upset about that. That's retarded.
That is. I mean, it's weird because you just had it there a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to Minneapolis. They just got a brand new stadium. You can go to it'll be cold in Seattle, and that's open, so that'd be kind of crazy.
I think it's for a personal experience going to New Orleans and WrestleMania. I think New Orleans is a great spot for WrestleMania.
It definitely is, but just not 4. It was 4 years ago. It's like what.
But I mean, having it at a place that you just had it at 4 years ago, I totally agree. It's kind of sucks for other cities that probably tried to get it, especially now it's in Orlando this year.
Tampa would have been badass if they wouldn't have been in Orlando this year.
Right. You know, they've had it in Orlando several times.
Yeah, New York.
In New Orleans. So I can see why some people are, upset that, maybe they skipped out of Minnesota with the new stadium and
that would have been great. They've been to LA in a long time.
Well, I'm sure it'll be there the next probably 3 years because they're going to open their stadium in 2019. So it's going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be there sooner than you think. But
probably Atlanta again because they're opening a new stadium next year or 2 years. So,
so WrestleMania 34 looking like it's going to be in New Orleans. Next week we have The Undertaker and HBK on Raw, so that should be interesting to see. They haven't announced anything as far as matches. This weekend, if you have time and not doing anything, is the UK tournament.
Next weekend.
Oh, it's the next weekend? I'm sorry, next weekend is the UK tournament to crown the United Kingdom champion or whatever tournament. And next week, also on SmackDown, is pretty stacked. We got Corbin versus Cena, Nikki Bella versus Natalya, and the tag title matches will be on the line. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, Justin, I'm not sure if you saw Bring It to the Table yet with Heyman.
Yeah, I did. I watched it.
Quick thoughts on what you thought about the show, and then we'll move to you, Dave.
I liked it. It's pretty much just like an ESPN sports show. I thought it was very cool. And I don't know if they're going to keep JBL and Heyman on it, for the whole series. But I enjoyed all three of them. All three of them did good. And I like how they talked about the fans, how somehow the fans felt this way, and they even had actual fan responses on the show. Mm. So from our standpoint, it's pretty awesome. And they talked about some pretty interesting facts. And then JBL and Heyman gave, truthful answers to them, which is pretty awesome.
Question for you and for you, Dave. Because I saw this a lot on Twitter when I was looking back. Did you feel like it was a show just to bitch and moan and complain about the fans?
Yeah, 50-50, I guess.
Okay, Dave?
I don't know if it was so much to bitch about the fans, even though there were some parting shots to stupid internet fans, but I think it was more or less Paul Heyman and JBL speaking for Vince McMahon, about how he feels and what the WE about all these serious issues, because you never really hear them come out and say what they really think about what some of these issues, like the Hogan issue. You never hear them talk about Hogan like we did last night.
Yeah.
Issue, you never hear them really mention that, except some of the wrestlers said something. And like JBL made a great point with that, saying like, yeah, we all like taking shots at it. No one took it seriously. So I mean,
yeah, with Conor McGregor, yeah.
I mean, there's some great stuff that they talked about, and talking about John Cena and about the 3-hour Raws that all the fans have been asking. Raw needs to be 2 hours. 2 hours needs to be 2 hours. It can't. But they made a great point why it is. I mean, because you got the cruiserweights going almost an hour.
Yeah.
So I mean, you get that, I guess.
Plus, they would lose millions of dollars if they took the third hour away too.
Right.
They talked about, and it was great. And the brand split, John Cena. I mean, the only sad part is, and I agree with you, I don't think it's gonna be. It seems like it's a one-off show where it's just one of those one time. It might do it again later on, maybe again. I would love for this to be like a weekly show.
That would be badass. Hell
A
yeah.
weekly show, or make it maybe even once a month show. Anything like that. Yeah, every 2 weeks they do a show.
You know, you don't got to use JB. You know, I'm not saying we don't have JBL and Henry, but you could take
I
like
like
Brave.
HBO and I like Heyman because they made it feel like it was more raw. They didn't feed off storylines. They gave it
It was
bare
real, yeah.
truth. It was nothing. It was all truth. They felt like
Yeah.
they said how they felt, reasons why certain things are the way they are. It was truthful, and a lot of the stuff that they said made sense, and a lot of the stuff they said about fans was true.
And then I absolutely liked what Heyman said about Cena, how he's the superstar that does the most out of anybody in history. I really did like that, to be honest.
And it's
That
the
was
truth. And it's the truth. He may not be the best guy in the ring and the best guy on the mic, whatever you have you,
Mike.
but he has done a lot, a
far
lot
and beyond.
for the WWE with the what is it? Get the best. What is it called?
Make a wish.
Make a wish. There you go. Make a wish to countless charity events that
The traveling he does. I mean,
yeah, the traveling, the nonstop traveling. That man is a workhorse, and love him or hate him, he does it for the love of WWE. I mean, I'm sure he gets a mighty good paycheck.
yeah.
But only a certain amount of money can make you want to wake up and do shit like this every single day of your life. So,
like he said tonight, John Cena said he has passion for the WWE and doing all this stuff, and he does. I mean, he does all this crazy stuff. And my only, not to go away from John Cena, but about this show being considered either a weekly or even a monthly show, is that they could take so many different topics from the WWE and talk about them for 15 minutes or whatever. You know, from the WWE network itself, like rivalries and Attitude Era, which we heard that a million times, but just different types of stuff. And you could take smaller guys like Graves and Saxton with like Renee Young or something and talking about little like that.
but it was nice. It was a nice little change of pace that you don't really see at all on the network. So yeah, I think that's going to end tonight's show. If you're interested, we're going to be doing our pick'em show after this. We're going to do our playoff picks. And then we'll be back next Tuesday live with Get the Tables podcast episode number 38. Will be a lot to touch on. Tag title match, HBK, Undertaker on Raw, see what they have to say. And then we'll be going on from there. So,
do you want to talk about the Rousey fight while we're here? I mean, it's nothing to talk about.
I mean, sure, we could touch on the Rousey fight. It was a quick and easy fight for
Ass whooping.
In my honest opinion, I think Ronda Rousey should retire.
Yes.
She does not look like she has the heart or the passion to be in the ring again. I think she was just there to get that paycheck. I don't know. I mean, to me, it looked like the first two punches she got hit rocked her. Concussion City.
Yep.
She didn't know where the hell she was at.
She
was in bad zone. You know, when you try to take out a woman twice and you can't do it, you're in trouble. And it was nasty. It was bad.
And she does not need to be in WWE either. They do not need her now. The way she lost, they're not going to want her in there. They're not going to want to rebuild her to get her back again. That she's damaged goods now. She should not be in the wrestling ring, or they should not sign her.
The first loss was one thing if you brought her in here, but after losing again, I think Amanda Nunes should retire.
I mean, she just straight got her ass whooped. I mean, that was bad.
This is why I think Amanda Nunes, or whatever her name, I think she should retire. She just beat the two biggest women wrestlers in MMA. Misha Tate. She beat Misha Tate and took the title from her, and then she beat Ronda Rousey. I mean, she could retire off that right now and be great.
Because absolutely.
She just retired the two. If Ronda retires, she retired two.
Is so huge, as in big and built and strong. I don't think Nunes will lose that title anytime soon.
Not right now.
And she is a bad woman. So
yeah, but let's talk. I mean, yes, it was two bad fights that she lost one to. I can't remember who she lost the first one to, but she lost this one, and I mean, it's kind of like a trend though. She was undefeated for like a year, beating and knocking people out and tapping them out and all that for over a year. I mean, back in Strikeforce, Misha Tate was the Strikeforce champion on top of the world for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then young Ronda, younger, not that much younger, but whatever the age difference is, Ronda came in and then beat her. And then Ronda became this big star in the UFC. And then Amanda Nunes looks like she's become. I mean, that's what's different about UFC MMA. You only last for so long. Tyson was only undefeated for so long. Then someone knocked him out.
And Heyman made a good point to the thing to where UFC, they throw their big title matches immediately. There's no built up. There's no let's give this guy, he's an 8th ranked guy. Let's give him a shot. Other than they want to see the big matches. They're money hungry. They want to throw the big matches out there. I understand that, but that also kills the sport because then you don't.
That's correct.
Conor McGregor to me is unstoppable right now. And who are you going to throw up against him? Nobody, unless he keeps going up in weight and getting these guys that will actually give him a fight. I don't think anybody in McGregor's weight class can hold him, except for that one guy that called him out, and I can't think of his name at the moment.
He needs to gain about 45 pounds though to fight somebody good.
Right, exactly, and I think McGregor.
I mean, Diaz is really the only one who ever rocked him and took him to the limit.
Right. So that's that. So maybe we can have a little UFC corner minute whenever something huge in UFC happens, because it is sports and wrestling related. So
I don't follow it that much anymore. I mean, I know Orion.
We follow it enough to talk a little bit about it. Nothing to go off.
I mean, I did see who was that just a couple weeks ago? Paige Van Zant, who was, I don't think it was a title fight, but she just got beat by somebody in a non-title fight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and she's like the next Ronda Rousey on the rise right now.
Right, and there goes her stock and her potential rumors of her going to the WWE as well. So, I mean, that's crazy stuff happening in the UFC and in WWE. So, Get the Tables podcast episode number 37. We will be back next week. We want to thank the total of 40 viewers tonight. We appreciate y'all coming in here supporting us. Remember, when I hit that 100,000 mark on the hearts, I will be doing another giveaway. So from Justin, Dave, and I, we appreciate everybody coming in here. If you are interested, we'll be doing our NFL picks right after this. So thank you, everybody, and appreciate you coming in.
Hey, do the replays count?